Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 165 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, welcome to this week's episode. This is the season finale of season 8. I'm excited for this one because we are closing out the season on a ratchet note. I know you guys live for the ratchet episodes, so this one will deliver, okay? My guest is Headusa Divine. Yes, Headusa Divine. She is a soul-snatching master oralist, okay? And a webcam performer. Yes, we go there. If you have questions about how you can get into performing on webcam and running your own online sex work-based business, this is the episode for you. Okay, she answers tips about, because I asked her, because she says, sucking dick is a spiritual experience. So I want to know all about that. I wanted to know how she got her business up and running. How is she sustaining her business? How does she protect her identity? We get into all of that in this episode. You are going to love it. So stick around for that conversation. All right, we're going to hop right into pick of the week. And if you know me, you are not new to the Boonie Breakdown, then you probably already know what my pick of the week is. Did you guess yet? It is Hotels, the new EP by Miss Jasmine Sullivan. I have to give her a round of applause for that body of work. If you have not listened to it yet, I encourage you to go do that right now. I have not stopped playing it since it dropped. I mean, no, seriously, I keep playing certain songs over and over again. I already had fucked with Pick Up Your Feelings, Put It Down, On It, Price Tags of Anderson .Paak. He makes anything better. But I gotta say, what I love about this body of work is the interweaving of the storytelling and the music. So we have tales like Antoinette from Around the Way Curls. You have Ari Lennox's tale. I think the one I love the most was Donna's tale because she shut down people. Sometimes some women get married and they think that's an accomplishment. They look down on women who are not married. But she was like, y'all married women, y'all hoe too. So Donna's tale was my favorite. The lyrics, we've all been here. The dick so good, you being dumb. Now, I'm glad Miss Sullivan acknowledged her crazy in saying about that line about if he nasty, I'm paying his rent. I ain't paying no man's rent. And let me just put that out there now. I don't care how good your dick is. I'm not paying your rent. But we've all been there where we've done something dumb because the dick too bomb. But I think one of my favorite verses on the album is the last song on the EP with her. And she's like, y'all niggas be making us sad. Then y'all say y'all don't know why we mad. We start acting like we don't care because y'all niggas be taking us there. Church, hallelujah, shake my tambourine, pass the collection plate to the sister next to me. All right. So if you have not listened to Hotels, go. I just laughed at how many of you guys had sent me messages and DMs on Instagram saying that when you were listening, you thought about me. So thank you. I think maybe. Yeah. But check it out if you have not. Housekeeping. Feedback from episode 164, Spilling the Tea. With Cosmetic Chris. You guys really took to this episode, especially my international ratcheteers. So shout out to Portugal, Kenya, Ghana, the UK, a lot of listens over there. My US ratcheteers, I'm gonna give y'all a pass because hell broke loose in our country this week. We all know what happened. I'm not talking about it. But yeah, so maybe y'all just wasn't feeling podcasts this week, but I encourage you all to go back and listen to it. One of the messages I got, this podcast was really good. If you're interested in BBLs, fillers, injections, or any questions about overseas surgery, then this is it. Listen now. I also got a few questions of people saying does she really work with real people? And someone on Twitter had tagged her and used her as their consultant. And I shared it over on my Twitter page at Boonie Breakdown if you want to read this person's personal account. But they had their breast implants removed, replaced, 360 lipo and arm suction lipo. So if you have not listened, go back, listen to episode 164. You will learn a lot. All right. As I already said, this is the season finale. So no more episodes, but new episodes of the Boonie Breakdown podcast with season 9 will be back on Monday, March 1st. So mark your calendars. Monday, March 1st. All new episodes will start back, taking a little hiatus for a little bit. And you guys know this is the time. If it's someone you want to see on the podcast, you think I should reach out to them, shoot me a DM, send me an email at thebooniebreakdown@gmail.com. I have no problem reaching out to people. So, let me know if it's someone that you would love to have on the podcast. Also, I would like to do, in honor of my pick of the week and us successfully completing season 8 and you guys, the Ratcheteer gang, making season 7 and season 8 some of my best and most listened to episodes of the podcast ever. I'm going to do a giveaway over on Instagram. So look out on Tuesday, January 12th. Okay, Tuesday, January 12th, there'll be a post and you can win your very own. You guys know I sell whole bag fanny packs. So you can win a stuffed whole bag, like a complete whole bag. It's going to have goodies inside of it, but you will actually get a fanny pack. So, stick around. Follow us over on Instagram if you have yet to do so. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Boonie Breakdown. You can follow us again, like I said, on Twitter at Boonie Breakdown. All right. And when sharing this episode, please be sure to tag us, put us in your Insta story, use the hashtag The Boonie Breakdown, the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. If you're listening on any type of Apple device, and I mean any type of Apple device, okay, you should leave us a 5-star review. It's pretty easy. Just go in there, open the app, search, type in The Boonie Breakdown, select it, scroll down, fill in those 5 stars if you haven't done it. That's it. If you want to leave us some words, you can. I want to shout out Chris and Bree. They left a 5-star review. It's an amazing podcast. I love this podcast. I listened to the episode with Cosmetic Chris and I learned so much about plastic surgery. I love the flow of the podcast and really enjoyed the content. So thank you, Chris and Bree. And you can be like Chris and Bree. And you can leave me a 5-star review too. You might just hear it in the next episode in season 9. All right. So that is it for me, guys. Be sure to look out. Follow us on Instagram because we have that contest this week. And I would love to have some of you win. One of you win, not some, just one prize this time. So one of you can win. All right. So that is it for me. So let's get ready to break it down. Okay, guys, it's your girl Boonie. And as I said in our intro, I am excited for this episode because I think it's going to be a very interesting, hopefully educational and ratchet all at the same time. So I want to welcome Headusa Divine to the podcast. Welcome.
Hello, Boonie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. I am thriving. Thank you for asking.
So this is what I've been asking everyone this year because you had to. How have you been maintaining in COVID?
I have just really been maintaining by staying creative, writing books. I've literally written 3 different books during COVID, which, we'll talk about during the interview, but I've just been staying creative. I'm also a webcam performer, so COVID has not hindered my bag, my paper, because it's all virtual anyways, and I work from my spot. And really the only thing, like when it was locked down, the only thing that really changed was me not being able to go to the gym. But I've written 3 different books. I've also performed on webcam consistently, literally damn near every single day, as well as been able to create different content and new forms of content that really haven't been seen on the mainstream social media sites and OnlyFans and what have you.
Dope. That sounds dope.
Yes.
Look, I mean, that is one thing about doing web-based work is that this monkey ain't stopped the show, right?
Feel me, right? Got to get to the bag no matter what. It's okay.
So previously on the pod at the beginning of the season, I had on a sex worker who was a financial dominatrix, right? Yes. And so I think there was a lot of curiosity from this. So I think people are probably already excited to find out what you do, how you do it,
Okay.
And I'm going to start off because I want to know. I was reading the bio, and you call yourself a master oralist. What does that mean?
Got you. Yes. So as far as what makes a master oralist or what is even a master oralist, right? So I actually coined the term of a master oralist because what I realize is that it involves the synergy of the mind, the body, and the spirit all together as the
Okay.
Trinity. So it is when you have gone within yourself, started your own journey of becoming your own version, and I repeat, your own unique version of a master
Yes.
oralist, and have reached a certain level of awakening in our mastery within the art of sucking dick. So it's an
Okay.
individual and self actualized journey.
Come on, individual and self
Yes,
actualize.
exactly.
So
Yes.
for
So
you, is sucking dick an experience?
it is an overall experience. I literally see sucking dick as me being a vessel that the sexual energy, that the creative energy flows through, because I look at sexual energy and creative energy as two sides of the same coin. You know, like in mainstream society or just on the surface level, we see creative energy all the time. You know, but
Yes.
as far as like sexual energy, we kind of, I don't want to say overlook that, but we don't really focus on that being more of the stem of our creativity and
Okay.
publicizing that.
Okay. I'm with it. So if someone is like, Hedusa, look, that's not my strongest suit, but I want to get better. And I know in reading your materials, you said that it's helpful for self empowerment.
Right.
What tip would you give someone who's into fellatio? How can they dig deep
Right.
to make the
So
experience like fulfilling for them and empowering?
got you. Yes. So first and foremost, I am very, very keen and very, very big on just authentically connecting with yourself. I believe that's the first step besides going physically outside of yourself and connecting with someone else. So really going deep into yourself, going internal, going within, and really analyzing and assessing the aspects of your mind, your body, and your spirit, and how they affect and coexist with one another is super, super important. That also keeping in mind that one aspect is not more or less important than the other,
Okay.
you know, so you're able to really go through and feel through the process of embarking on your dick sucking journey. Now, when it comes to actually sucking dick, all of these aspects really work together. And when one is off,
Uh
you know,
huh.
you're able to feel it in your approach, your connection, your performance. It can just totally all be thrown off. So, really asking yourself, why you may not enjoy sucking dick, and really sitting with yourself, thinking about your past experiences, both good and bad, because you know there are past experiences that could scar you, and
Mm-hmm.
you may not you may have just like overlooked those or just brushed them over, but it's still physically affecting you and just like mentally and even spiritually as well, and just really assessing why it happened, how you can heal from it moving forward, and authentically just get into it, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I think when you mentioned past experiences, I think
Yeah,
that is something that we carry with us in every sexual experience, right?
right.
Whether good or bad, it's like, I've done this, I'm good at this, so I know I'm going to be bomb at it again with you, which might not always be the case. And I will say from personal experience, one time I think I was truly intimidated by a man's penis. Like
Okay.
it was just so large that I just I was confident in my skills, but I
Mhm.
still thought, oh my God, like how am I
Right,
going to do this? Right. And so
right.
it is such a mental thing because sometimes you got to give yourself a little pep talk.
Right. And that's why authentically connecting with yourself first is so important, that no matter if the dick is small, if it's large, if it's middle size, if it has a little hook in it, whatever, you know, you're able to really just hone in and just, you know, use different techniques, and we can get into that if you would like. Because I also, one of my books, volume 2 of the official blowjob handbook, which is one of my book series, that actually breaks down different techniques and different finishing moves, because a lot of people aren't able to actually make the dick come just from head alone.
Yes. So, okay, I'm going to give you, since you said tips, really quickly, what are 2 tips that someone can do to give bomb head?
Give bomb head. Okay. So the first tip I have is to really just get over yourself. And I'm not saying that disingenuously, but really just clear your mind and really just focus and like get in the zone. That's what I do, is I just get into the zone and just, whether the dick is small, whether it's big, whether it's, whatever size, however it looks, just being able to approach it from just an open space, that you're not hindering yourself from fully engaging and fully activating. Now, as far as like physically connecting, there are many techniques that I have, which again, are on my website at iamhedusa.com. In my book, volume 2, which is the official blowjob handbook, and it's called My Exclusive Dick Sucking Techniques, as well as Mind Blowing Finishing Moves. So, as far as
Come
techniques
on,
go,
finishing moves.
right, right. As far as techniques go, I have something called the straw suck, which is like you're going down on the dick and you're blowing out for a warming sensation. And then when you come up, you slurp in and it has a cooling sensation. So it's kind of like a straw suck, icy hot type of combination. One of the more popularized one is called the washing machine. I call it the spin cycle move as well. But as I
You
said,
know what? I just had
techniques
a
are broken
visual.
down. What's up?
I said I just had a visual of the of the washing
Right.
machine.
Exactly. Going into a circle, you got to move that neck around. You feel me? Yes. So just really, the way that I break down the techniques is different, because I'm very meticulous. I'm very analytical, and I love to create different blueprints and systems that step by step create more of a shell or more of a pathway, but
Okay.
you're able to create your own experience through. And when you go into volume 2 of the official blowjob handbook, you'll really, really see how I broke it down for you.
Perfect. Okay. I want to transition into your work as a webcam model.
Yes.
How did you get into this space? Like, how did you decide this is what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna set up this camera and we're gonna do webcam work.
Yes. So it's kind of a mixed experience. So my partner, my long-term partner, he is absolutely, absolutely amazing. And he's been like my number one support person in just guiding me through this experience, and really just giving me the confidence, or helping me find the confidence within myself to really just manifest it outwards.
Okay.
So really just first and foremost, I just started putting my content out there. Like, I've been doing this for about 8 or 9 years. However, it was more so just like a passion that I had. I wouldn't really call it a hobby, but it was more so just like a passion, and I love digging deep and going within and going into it. But as far as like publicizing it, I didn't start doing that until really the beginning of this year, late last year. So I started, first and foremost, I started Twitter. I got into the NSFW Twitter realm, which is like very eye opening. So I just started putting my content out there and whatnot. But then when you realize you just like put videos and clips and stuff out there, you're not going to make immediate money. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? So like you have to have multiple streams of income, which is very, very important for me and my work. So he was like, okay, well, there are other ways that you can do this. And I used to, how you sext your partner, you send them
Yeah.
different videos and photos and all that. He just realized that I had like a knack, more so like just a skill set where I could profit and make money off of it. It's
Hmm.
kind of just like an innate knowing that he had. Is like, you need to try this. And I'm like, okay.
Look, that's dope that you had a partner who is supportive of this
Yes.
work, right?
Right.
That's
Because a
dope.
lot of people, that's like a hurdle. It's like, oh, I don't know because my partner's gonna, and a lot of partners are like, no, you're not doing this,
So
and
outside of your partner, do any of your other friends or family or loved ones know that you're in this line of work?
they do not.
Ooh.
They do
Is it
not. I'm like
hard?
Hannah Montana.
Is it hard to keep it a secret?
Not really. Not really, no, because it's like I just work when I work, and when I don't work, I'm not doing this. It's not like I'm doing it 24 hours a day. It's like when I choose to log on and when I choose to broadcast, when I choose to engage with this work, then I'll do it. So
Okay.
it's more of a lifestyle for me instead of just like, okay, I'm going to work 9 to 5. Okay, I'm clocking out. It's more free form, flowy, fluid.
Gotcha. You can kind of go with the flow. So,
Exactly.
do you feel like are you ashamed or you just don't want to deal with people's feelings or thoughts about the work that you choose to do?
I'm not
'Cause I feel
ashamed at
like,
all.
yeah, because that's what I was like. I think you hear this frequently, and I've said this in past episodes when OnlyFans started popping in, and you hear a lot of people say, "Oh my God, I wish I could do that," right? And it's like,
Right.
well, we all could do it, but what's the reason stopping you? And I feel like a lot of times it's the stigma attached to sex work. Um, any type of sex work, honestly, because we have not really evolved past people judging other people's decisions as a
Right.
society.
Right.
But I love to hear you say that, no, I'm not ashamed.
No, I'm not. It's just I'm a very powerful manifester. Very, very powerful manifester. And when I have other people's energies affecting my manifestation capabilities or abilities, or even if it tries to do that,
Okay.
then it's just annoying kind of. And it's like I don't really want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So in order for me to just keep my manifestation at an ultimate high level, I choose not to do it because I choose not to do it, not because I'm worried about this person or that person. It's literally just about how much can I manifest and how pure, how powerful can I maintain that?
Yeah. And I know, like, when you just said like manifesting an energy, I always tell people when it's their first time like coming to my house, like you have to take responsibility for the energy that you bring into the space. And I feel like what you just said too about manifestation, it's you can't share everything with everyone, right? Because if you're working towards a goal, you hate to think this about people you love, but they might be hating.
And they could send that energy your way, and you're like, well, I thought I was doing everything right, and now it didn't turn out how it was supposed to or how I envisioned it. And you may have shared it with XYZ, this person, this random person walking down the street, and you don't know what their intentions are. You don't know what bad
Exactly.
energy that they're sending you.
Exactly. So yeah, I definitely love to hear you say that as well. Now I'm gonna take a step back because I just realized we didn't really explain. So for webcam, your webcam modeling, are you logging on and it's kind of like a set time? Like I'm gonna be on at 9 p.m. and people log on and watch your show, or do you do private shows? Do you do a mixture?
Got you. I do a mixture of both. So I actually have 3 different cam sites that I work on, and I
Okay.
split cam. So for those that don't know, split camming is just working on multiple sites at the same time.
Ooh, work smarter, not harder.
You feel me, right? Diversify the income stream right away, automatically. So I work on 3 different sites at the same time, and I pretty much just flow through them. But I also do Skype shows as well, where it's more of a one-on-one experience where we
Okay.
can connect with one another.
Per Okay, so I'm gonna be in your business. How much is it for a personal show?
So for Skype,
Hmm.
I'm very skilled at what
Okay,
I do,
look, talk your
Boonie. I'm
shit. I'm
very, very
not.
skilled at what I do. Okay, so the experience that I bring and what I've noticed, just as a precursor to me answering what you just asked, is that what I've noticed with especially with my head alone, with my dick sucking skills alone, a lot of people have never seen it in their life. They're like blown away. Like I've had
Oh shit.
people that have just done sessions with me just to learn how to teach other people that are physically in their life how to do what I'm doing on their dick.
So do you
So,
use your partner in demonstration?
no, I just really use him. I don't want to say use him, but I work with him. I work with him main so just in the content creation realm. As far
Okay.
as webcamming, it's solo because what I've realized is that if you do have a partner and it's not another female, like two females or a solo female is chef's kiss. It's amazing. Like you'll get, a lot of popularity, you'll get a lot of traction. But what I've realized is that with a man and a woman, it's like you're kind of taking away the fantasy because guys are focused on, oh, that man is this and this is that, and it's taking away from the fantasy experience of just engaging with the woman. That's what I've realized.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I just do it solo. But as far as remind me of what you just asked.
I just wanted to know how much you charge for
Oh yes,
solo
how much
Skype.
do I? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So let me get back into what I was saying. So as far as just like my experience, my professionalism, and the skill set that I have, since a lot of people haven't really engaged with that, I do charge more of like an exclusive price. So I have, varying time amounts. So like
Okay.
the minimum is like a 10-minute slot, and that's $75. For 15 minutes, it's $100. For 30 minutes, it's $200.
Get money.
Yes.
I ain't mad. Get money. So if someone's looking, they're hearing what you're saying, like, okay, I could do this. It's solo, it's virtual. Um, what's the first thing you would tell them to do if they're interested in webcam modeling after they buy your book?
I was about to say buy the book because buy the book. Just after doing that, just really tapping into just how you want to approach this because when you're going online, you have to create a persona. It's not wise to use your God-given name. It's very not wise to do that. And really just being able to separate how you separate your work life from your personal life.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same thing. So really separating your persona life from your regular life. But now they can flow together, but really just having a persona that you created that really works with your own personality is very, very key. One that's just really natural and that you actually enjoy doing. And I'm focusing more so on the persona first and foremost because I feel like it's overlooked within any form of sex work, really, but specifically just honing in on the webcam performing. Many people, like, they'll start it, they'll sign up for a cam site, and then they'll either be super inconsistent at the beginning or they'll be consistent, but they find themselves um, just finding it hard to maintain
Okay.
just as a revenue stream because some people do it full time, some people do it part time. I do it full time, and I promote and strongly suggest to do it full time because I'm like balls to the wall, like go big or go home. And there
So
is a lot of money in this.
okay, this is the way I'm gonna. This is my strange way of asking how much money you made without getting all the way in your business.
Hmm.
Well, I guess you file taxes, right?
Yes,
Okay, I was gonna say, did you get a stimulus check or not?
I did get a stimulus check just because um when the whole stimulus thing was going out, like, or going around and stuff, um I had just really started. Like, when
Oh,
did the
you did
stimulus
say you
checks come
just
out?
started last year.
Well,
Okay,
I started the content creation. I didn't really start consistently camming until February.
gotcha.
So when did the
Okay,
stimulus stuff go around? Was that like May?
yeah. So you're
Okay.
on pace to have a comma in how much revenue you brought in this year.
Yes.
Okay. So
Roughly.
besides having an alias, how else do you protect your identity?
I wear a
And
mask.
you wear a mask.
I wear a mask. I just, a lot of people, they're just like, why do you wear the mask, Headusa? Why? And I have three different reasons why I do. The first reason is because I can and I choose to do so. It really, and I'm not trying to, be uppity or anything, but it really makes me stick out on my campsites because most of the people, um, they don't wear a mask, you
But
know?
you
So it's like, who is this person with the mask?
I was just about to say that. I said, I bet you if you're like scrolling, like, okay, who am I going to click in? It's
Right.
a bit of a mystery.
It is.
So it's a hook. I
It
like it.
is.
I
Yes.
like it.
So the first reason is because I can. The second reason is because of kind of what I tapped into before was like, I am a dick sucking expert. I am a sloppy toppy connoisseur. So just me having those skills and knowing the power that those skills have, it kind of protects me and creates different boundaries um, for myself to just remain anonymous. You know, I don't have people showing up at my doorstep being like, "Where's Headusa? Is Headusa home?" You know, I don't have time for that. I just when I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, I'm off. And then the third reason is because it just adds to the whole kink. It adds to the whole mystery. It adds to the whole experience that I can make men come super hard and they don't even know what I look like. So the mask thing,
That is
this is
actually
the
pretty
main.
amazing
Yes,
because we're always fed that men are such visual creatures and visual beings and they have to see what you look like. So the fact that at least they can't see what your face looks like at all.
right.
Wow. So do
I really tap deep into the unknown realms. You know, I tap into like the psyche. I tap into that energy that's really untapped in just on like the surface level. So it really intrigues them and it draws them in more. I would call myself more of a seductress. I seduce
seductress.
people into with my voice because people are like, I love your voice, Sedusa. Your voice is so sexy, it's so amazing. So they listen to my voice, they look at my body language actually on cam, and then once I talk them in, because I could talk, you know, I could sell snow to a snowman. Okay. So I talk them into it. I inform them about what I do, what I specialize in, the overall experience, and then they have the choice whether to either leave my room or to engage with me. And most of the time it's to engage with me.
I love that. That mystery part is yeah, I can dig it actually.
Yes. And I teach about this in my book as well. Like if you would like to be an anonymous webcam performer, how to position the camera, how to wear the mask, what mask to use. Also, if you have tattoos, because a lot of people are like, well, I have tattoos. How can you, you know, cover those up? Different ways. I'm very, very savvy on just remaining anonymous and getting to the bag.
So do you think also too your desire and ability and how hard you work to stay anonymous is kind of a fun turn on for you as well? Like is
Yes,
it like
it
a game to like not a game, but it's like a challenge to you?
I wouldn't necessarily say a challenge. It just keeps me interested. It just
Okay.
keeps me motivated to go keep going because what I've realized is that if something doesn't stimulate me, if it doesn't have me learning new things or really diving deep into unknown things that I have done before or I haven't done before, then I kind of get bored, I get burnt out, and it's just not a good mix. So, really, with working as a webcam performer, as a content creator, as even an author and a storyteller, it just has me going within to really just, you know, sit with what I've learned, my wisdom, my knowledge, my experience, and then manifest that out into the world.
Dope. Besides your mask, do you have any other props that you use?
As far as webcamming goes,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I have dildos. They have something called like the Lush, where like people can tip you on their end, and then it buzzes. It's like a vibrator that buzzes. Also, you know, I get sloppy with my head, so I have towels that I use. Um, yeah. But I mean, I keep it simple because I like I said, I focus mainly on being and I do want to address this, Boonie, super quick.
Go
Because
ahead. Go ahead.
you said webcam model. So the approach that I have to it is actually more of a webcam artist and
Okay.
performer. Yes.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I don't identify really as a model because I in my book I talk about when you identify as a webcam model, it's 80% outside of you that you're focused on and then 20% inside. Whereas as an artist and performer, it's 80% from within and 20% out. So it's not necessarily that I'm focused on hair and makeup and how many toys I have and what my surroundings really look like. It's about me bringing that sexual energy from within outward. So
Okay.
I wanted to address that right quick. So like as far as like a webcam artist goes, I've really been able to create my own unique routines that use that sexual energy and express it outwards through my different body parts. And then as far as a webcam performer goes, I've really honed in on creating a one of a kind virtual experience
Okay.
that I've really used, like different blueprints that I've created, systems, different routines where I actually perform them on cam. And I really want to focus on this perform part because I go into a lot of webcam people's room and they're just sitting there. They don't introduce themselves. And then they complain that the traction is slow, the traffic is slow, and that they haven't made any money. But it's like you have to give people and the customers a reason to want to engage with you.
No,
That's very important.
yeah, I respect that. And thank you for correcting me because um, I think in anything that you do, right, that you're putting out there, it's so much content out there, right? Whether it's a
Right.
podcast, it is a web stream, that
Right.
you have to stand out. And so, especially when you're selling content, right? So
Right.
you have to make yourself stand out in what is, what makes you better than the person in the room, that's on at the same time as you. Like, come on in here.
I would say, honestly, Boonie, I would say really focusing on yourself because I feel like this is a trap that a lot of webcam performers get into is like, oh, well, this person's making this and this person's just sitting there. Okay, they might be doing that, but what are you doing? Some people are focused so much on outside of them,
Yep.
which is why I really focus more on the inside and just worrying about your own stuff. Like I talk about this so much throughout the book, creating your own lifestyle, creating your own journey, tapping into yourself, realizing, okay, I do need to go more of the artist and performer route, realizing that you do need an introduction when people come into your room. You can't just sit there and say, hey guys, what's up? And then just expect them because it's like, when you go out to the club, I know the bars and stuff are kind of shut down. Hey, I don't know where you are, but they're kind of shut down or they're like limited
Yes. Or
capacity.
they
But
should be shut down. Yes.
right, right. Or so pre-COVID, I call it BC, pre-COVID, before COVID. Um, people would go out to the club and females would stand there or people would stand there and if you really, really, really bad, you'd have guys coming up to you, hey, can I buy you a drink? Do this, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, for the majority, guys aren't just going to be running up to you in the club being like, hey, let me buy you a drink. Let me do this. Let me do that. So you have to really approach webcamming kind of the same way. It's like you have to give them an incentive, a reason on why are they going to spend their money on you? Why are they going to engage with you? Why are they staying in your room and not going to the other 50 million rooms that are on
Rooms.
the site?
Yeah.
So you have to really, and it all goes back to the persona, like you have to really be grounded in your persona and also specialize as well. Specialize in what you do. I specialize in dick sucking. There are other things that I do, but the main thing when people come into my room and they see Headusa, they know I'm going to suck some dick.
Look, that's all you can do, right? You got to find your niche
Find your niche.
and
And
do
then
it well.
naturally, you will diversify yourself instead of worrying about other people and what they're doing.
Love it. We talked about you, safety wise protecting yourself, but I
Right.
know even though it's virtual, have you ever encountered anyone who was abusive or, just, nasty to you, that you had to take precautions even though you're virtual?
I would say less than often. However, there's still people in whatever space you go to. There's still people who are racist. There's still people who are nasty. There's still people who project their emotions, their inadequacies on you, right? So I would say, and I talk about this in my book, is really separating your emotions from this work. because
Okay.
people will, you are putting yourself out there. You're really putting yourself out there. So just being able to realize that, okay, let me channel my persona. When I'm on cam, I'm in that persona. When I'm off cam, I'm out of that persona and I can go back to my vanilla life or my regular life for those that don't know the vanilla term. So it's really just being able to distinguish between your persona
Mm-hmm.
in your regular life, and then also just being able to separate your emotions. Do some things hurt when people say them on
Of,
cam?
of
Yes, of course
course.
they do,
Yeah.
but you're not going to let that just mess up your whole session. And everybody that comes, this one person, he said this, they said this, and that's why I'm crying. Like, you just really need to maintain a poker face. And I really break that down in my book as well. It's just really understanding that you come to do a job. And just because one person said whatever, you can block them and carry on, sis. It's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and you're right. It does happen in every aspect of your life. But I just feel like it's, the kitschiness of social media and the trends. Like everybody jokes like, oh, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, right? And think
Right.
it's gonna be peaches and cream and they're just gonna be
That's the
rolling
thing
in
with
money.
OnlyFans. The thing with OnlyFans that we have kind of just brushed over is that it's an OnlyFans site. It's an independent site. So they don't naturally have traction or traffic coming to their site. You have to bring your
Yeah.
fans. You have to bring the traffic. It's an independent site. So if you commit to something, you have to do it full out. Like, I committed to being a webcam artist and performer. People were like, "Oh, you're wearing a mask on cam. Oh, we focus, like, as a model, this is pretty much the box that we put ourselves in as a webcam model." And I pretty much just went up to the box, cracked it, and was like, "Yep, I'm here. What's up?" And just being impactful in that way and really just being inspiring in that way as well has really just had me gain even more empowerment. And it's kind of like a one hand washes the other type of thing, where it's like, when I become more empowered, when I become more inspired, I write the webcam handbook. I interview on different podcasts. I love to share my knowledge and my wisdom to just inspire people to look at something that they might have looked at before in a totally different way and just see a whole new thing.
Oh, I love it. So we're at the part of the podcast where we do the breakdown. So I am going to say one word and you say the first thing that comes to mind. It can be a phrase, sound, another word, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
All right. First word, spit.
Sloppy toppy.
OnlyFans.
Independent site.
Power.
Manifestation and prosperity and abundance.
Come on. Black women.
Powerful, majestic goddess.
Money.
Energy exchange, currency, vibration.
Dicks.
Master Oralist, dick sucking expert, sloppy toppy connoisseur.
Come on, connoisseur. Cameras.
Money, webcam performing, content creating.
Come on, content. And last one, fellatio.
Headusa Divine, man. Headusa Divine, the dick sucking expert. Yes.
So, Hedusa, can you tell everyone where they can find you on the internet, on social media, your website to purchase books or sign up for a webcam session?
Yes, yes, yes. So I do want to just say the title, and Boonie, thank you so
Yes,
much for having me on your platform. I appreciate it.
of
I really do
course.
from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. So I do want to just say the titles of the three different books and
Yes,
then
yes.
get into the site. So the first book series, I have two different book series, everyone. The first book series is entitled The Official Blowjob Handbook. I have two different volumes. Volume one is called The Mind, the Body, and the Spirit in relation to sucking dick. And volume two is called My Exclusive Dick Sucking Techniques and Mind Blowing Finishing Moves, where I break down 5 exclusive techniques and 3 mind-blowing finishing moves. And then the second book series is entitled The Official Webcam Handbook, which we mainly focused on in this interview. And volume 1 is called The Webcam Creative Artist and Performer Route and Perspective. So I also offer different products, different services. All my social media is available on my site as well. The products and services are mainly the book. I also do like virtual education sessions. I do Skype shows as well, which we talked about.
Yep.
And I have Twitter. I do have an OnlyFans, and more, all available at iamheadusa.com. That's I as in ice, A as in apple, M as in money, Headusa, HEAD as in door, USA.com.
Perfect. I will link all of those in the show notes, guys. So be sure to follow and support. And before we wrap up, I will say, I didn't want to say this in the beginning, but I did check out, your social platforms, and your pinned tweet on Twitter. Right. It's a nice promo video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my partner actually made it.
Yeah, really
She's
good.
very savvy with that. Yeah, so I appreciate it. Yes,
no problem. So again, thank you so much, Headusa.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what did I tell you? This episode was good. So again, thank you so much to our guest, Headusa Divine, for coming on and spilling her knowledge about being a webcam performer and how to suck dick good. I mean, everybody wants to be a master oralist, right? Like, I like that title. All right. Again, this was it. This was the final episode of season 8. So my Ratcheteer gang, I want to thank you guys again for sticking it out with me for another season. Season 9 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast will be back on Monday, March 1st. All right. I also will be doing a digital live show probably the weekend of February 5th. You heard it here first, people. The flyer should be dropping soon. All right, so that is it. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or any app that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave those reviews too. You might just hear your review on the next episode. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. And don't make these pretty images for nothing, okay? Please make sure you make the next several weeks dope as fuck for you. Continue to stay healthy, safe, and sane. Please, guys, all right? Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Homaste. Until next time, which is Monday, March 1st for season 9. Thank you, guys. Bye.